know each other for at least 17 years.
Wow. Oh, yes. Before my brand even started, everything about you has changed, except for the fact that you're looking hotter by the year.
I was in Masala magazine.
Yeah.
You know, on page 8 and 14.
Yeah.
Like cold emailing people on Facebook. I am an actor. I have come.
Brand new day, brand new start. Why I say that? Because today, for the very first time, I am shooting at my Mumbai store, and also for the very first time, I have a female guest coming on the show. Somebody I've looked up for many, many years. She's been a friend and an inspiration. She's making a huge mark in the world of acting by taking some really, really amazing characters throughout her career journey.
जिसको जन्नत देखनी होती है ना, वो मेरे पास आते हैं.
Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, let's all welcome Kubbra Sait at Celebrity Spotlight with Varoin Marwah.
This is Celebrity Spotlight with Varoin Marwah.
So tell me, Kubbra, welcome to the store. It's the very first time you're here.
I know, can you believe it? I missed like the one day that is so close to your heart.
Yes.
And it's something that you've been working towards.
Yeah.
I don't know, was this your dream?
It was completely my dream. And it was such a dream of mine to actually see the ones I love the most, which obviously is you and a couple of my handful of friends who I really wanted to see. But you know, I always believe in the right timing. I feel whatever happens, happens for good.
Yeah.
Maybe you were meant to experience this all by yourself. You had to be with me alone. And I get to catch you and all the conversations to top it all.
Let's do it.
Let's
You know, we
do
were
it.
talking like before we rolled.
Yeah.
I was saying that for me, this podcast or this conversation that will then take the form of a podcast
Yeah.
is the fact that I have never had a conversation
Yeah.
with someone
Yeah.
who's a friend
Right.
for as long as we know each other.
Yeah.
We know each other for at least what?
12 years plus.
I'll give you one whack.
More.
We know each other for at least 17 years.
Wow. Oh, yes. Before my brand even started.
Before your brand even started.
Yes.
Because I was still in Dubai. I just moved to Dubai, still
Right.
making friends there.
Right.
Then I met you.
Correct.
And next year, it's going to be 15 years, I've moved to Bombay.
Wow. Okay. Rewind.
Can you believe that?
At least 17 plus.
At least 17 plus years.
Wow. And it's growing strong. And I'm so proud of you. I mean, from the beginning till now, only thing that I've seen in you is consistency and the way that you are. You've never changed, Kubbra. How have you stayed just the way that I met you 17 years ago? Nothing about you has changed except for the fact that you're looking hotter by the years.
So I think, you know, when they say, nah, don't fix what's not broken.
Don't fix it. Please
Don't
don't.
fix it.
Don't fix it.
And you know, it's so heartening for me. And it rings more and more true in real time for me when I reconnect with friends who've known me what is this before, after, I still don't understand. Because technically, I came here to do what I'm doing.
Right.
I am doing exactly that. So that growth period was very natural. All of that. Right? But the beauty is I have friends. Like, I wouldn't call them friends, but they've been classmates
Right.
in my school,
Right.
in like Bangalore, in different colleges and schools that I went to. And they, like, I ran into a college senior in Scotland while I was shooting.
Wow.
And then we took a picture. And you know what she said? She said, oh my God, you're the same Kubbra, you haven't changed.
Yeah. I mean, I can say that. You used to call me V back in the days and you just called me. And I'm like, oh my God, I remember she always used to call me V.
You know, I'm that...
You're actually one of the rare people who coined that for me. I mean, I know a lot of people call people whose, you know, their names start with V. But actually, I always wonder how come V is V, but K is not, like, you know, like nobody will call you K.
Yeah. K.
Hey, K.
You okay?
You okay? Oh, okay. You okay? Humans.
That happened
That's a
today.
joke for today.
Today's joke.
Listen, tell me more. How did this whole
Human thing happened.
Yeah.
So I have this
It's
thing.
super cute, by the way.
Thank you.
Super cute.
Like, so what happened? I know this may sound like, wow, what a layered person. But I think last few years, right, I've become extremely kind to myself.
Okay.
And like any other normal mortal living being
Should
on this
be.
earth, you know, we tend to like mess up a few times. And things don't go according to how even you set out. Forget
Right.
like things that
Right.
are not in your control. Even the
Right.
things you can control go out of hand, right? You'll forget something, you'll lose something. And I remember those are the times I used to get very angry with myself. So like slap my head very hard, like the sense of like quick reaction. And then I stopped doing it consciously. Or I used to do like until I stopped doing it entirely, it was like a slap and then a reminder that I should say, come on, Kubbs, you're just human. You're just human. So that's how, so then I started saying to other people, come, you're my favorite human. Like, you know, it
I
wasn't
just
girl,
love
boy. It was just human.
Human.
And if you see every single, like, so I use the captions,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
After humans, now this is my very creative thing.
I like that.
But I put a piece of puzzle
Okay.
next to humans.
Okay. I have to see it once again properly to
Every single one of them
unpuzzle
will
it.
have like a puzzle because we all are like such different pieces of the jigsaw puzzle. And we're just meeting each other for some sort of an experience. Sometimes we make it more
But
profound
you know,
than what
as
it
a
is.
human, I feel your growth, like I said before, has been very consistent. You're very passionate and it's very contagious, to be honest. I watch your Instagram religiously and I put that notification on, you know, when you get to know somebody's posted. Only because there's only that much of content that I am really interested in, and I'm not interested in getting all the contamination that it comes along with.
Yeah.
And I call it a trap, not always a thirst trap, but sometimes it's just a trap. And I really appreciate you bringing that smile to people's faces. Maybe somebody's not having a good day. And sometimes, you know, when I'm getting all those stressful messages, I don't know how we all have different lifestyles, but mine starts with a lot of stress every morning because I'm operating in different time zones. So when I wake up, wake up.
I'll give you what nonsense. You're 1.5 hours.
I know.
What different
But
time
I'll
zones?
tell
You're
you.
in Dubai. One
Okay,
and a half hours.
It
Oh
makes
my
a
God.
difference.
Time
I'll
zone.
tell you why. Okay, now listen to me. I start working in
Who's
Dubai.
that diva? I need to know.
7:30 Dubai time, I'm on the phone.
Okay.
Okay, and I'm working till 9 p.m. Dubai time, which is 10:30 p.m. your time. So, हुआ ना काफी मेहनत करता हूँ. Now coming to that, so when I wake up, 7:30, I know I've tuned myself that Varoin, wake up, you're going to have 25 hard messages to deal with because the whole operation has started here and it's relatively new. As you know, the store is new, the workshop is new, there is new teams and everybody, and they're all trying to do their best, but they still need a little bit of, you know, that instructions and what to do remotely as well. And somebody's not well, somebody's had an emergency, some outfit has gone spoiled and it's in a, you know, deadlines and all of that. So I have kind of tuned myself how to channelize that, you know, morning, that 1 hour. In that 1 hour, I actually avoid using Instagram because it's just a trap. Like you can get sucked on in your, you know, whole concentration.
There I am in the
But
middle of that day.
that brings a smile. If I want to, I would rather start with your human because I think it's just cute and I get to see you, who I know. So it's also kind of, you know, like that comfort is there. I know the person who you are and you mean it. And you genuinely have always tried to bring people up, including myself and many people around you. I remember you from the beginning, your career started, you never changed. Your career grew, you never changed. Your career has exploded, you haven't changed. And that is something that I hope to take away from you because I am at the beginning of my India journey and I'm obviously looking up to you because you used to live in Dubai and you came into this big world, the dream world of Mumbai. And if you did it, I feel like there is somebody to look at and kind of get inspired from. So tell me, when you moved from Mumbai, did you have anybody like that? Like how I have you? I also would like to take name of Taha because he's also a Dubai child, right? And I spoke to him in one of my previous podcasts. And it's actually, I'm looking for people like you right now because I need that little support.
I think the one thing that you're already sorted with is the fact that whether you know people or you don't, Mumbai is the one city that has so many migrants, so many expats, and it's such a beautiful melting pot of different cultures. And it is not just something, it's not one of the biggest and most prolific cities of India because it's got entertainment and it's known for entertainment,
Right.
but it also is the financial hub.
Right.
So you have so many different minds, right? And it's just kind of different. And then you have like this massive body of ocean and water. Like that's why I think I liked Dubai as my first move, because I had never been around that much water. And that too water in a desert, right? So that was an interesting thing for me. And when I moved to Mumbai as well, that expanse of water really helped me. Like literally waking up or making yourself available to go and see the sunrise or the sunset.
Wow.
Like I think you're very self-reliant. This city gives you that chance. And if you really, really believe in yourself and you're at it, there is no way I have realized that good work ever goes unnoticed. Alag-alag time hoga.
Absolutely.
Har kisi ka. But then you will never go unrewarded. Because this city somehow gives.
But tell me, this is all this beautiful, amazing, perfect world that we're talking about. But I do want to tap into a little bit of the hardships too. So if you're okay with that.
I am okay with that.
So
But I'm thinking what hardships?
Good. If there haven't been any, God
No, I
willing,
think it's the
they should never.
perspective
It's
to
a
it,
perspective. I completely get it. But I just want to understand the step-by-step things that may also inspire other people who don't live in Mumbai and they're probably coming to Mumbai now to make a career out of, acting. So when you came here, did you have a project in hand or you came and you looked for a project or the project came to you after you moved here?
So one, I had a full-time job
Right.
in Dubai.
Okay.
Right? I worked at Microsoft.
Right.
Which is like a very big deal.
Very,
Even
very
if
big
you
deal.
don't recognize and relate
Yeah,
to it, it's
yeah,
a
yeah.
really
It's
big
a
deal
big
for your
brand to work
parents
with.
and all
Yes,
that stuff.
Absolutely.
And they think, very nice, now we can get married.
Uh,
Very nice. Like, ideally,
Right,
Like,
right.
they have some,
Of
they
course.
can't be like, मेरा बेटी director है, तुम शादी करेगा क्या? So it's a little like absurd. But मेरा बेटी ऐसा Microsoft में काम करता है,
Yeah. It's
and
a
my
big
parents
thing.
do not talk like
It's
that.
a big achievement.
Yeah, my mom should be very disappointed.
Yeah.
So she thinks that
We
I
talk about others.
Yeah, parents.
Other
okay,
parents.
Like this,
Yeah.
like stereotypical parents. So, no, thank God my parents don't. But I think there came a time when I said to my mom, I said, see, I came here, I started from the scratch. I knew nothing. I knew nobody, which is true, as it stands to Dubai as well. And I was able to do something and reach a place where I can relate to something bleak as success. I was in Alan Masala magazine,
Yes.
on page 8 and 14.
Yes.
Having like single interviews.
Yeah.
And it's very easy at that time. And I think I've always been this, extrovert person who liked the stage and who liked photographs. And I liked that about me.
Yeah.
Undeniable.
Right.
So I said, I don't want to get stuck in this trap, which makes you
corporate
feel
world.
bigger than who you really are. Because Dubai can do that sometimes.
Right.
It gives you an illusion of who you are.
Yeah.
And I didn't want to set into that illusion. I felt like, okay, if this is my zeal, if this is my passion, if I actually truly have the courage to step out of my comfort zone, because anybody who has lived in Dubai for over 5 years will tell you, you can't live anywhere else. You will come back.
Right.
It's such an incredibly providing city.
Yeah. It's very comfortable.
It's very comfortable. Like if you are doing something right, you can provide for yourself.
Absolutely.
And it's such a convenient, comfortable city. You're an idiot to leave that.
You couldn't have said it any better. I completely resonate.
And I was like, oh wow, I am not doing this, because that comfort was eating into me. So I didn't want to be like foolish and erratic about it. I still lived in the real world with real dreams. So I said, I'm going to work, save money, and not spend it on expensive bags and clothes and this
Shoes.
and that. which was something that again is a trap. I said, I'm going to save this money. So I started saving my clothes. I started wearing them more carefully. I started saving my shoes, wearing them more carefully. Started saving my bags, using them more carefully. And then I saved money. So I had like this idea. Okay, one day I'll come to Bombay when I've saved 10 lakhs. And I gave myself like a year to do that. I said, 10 is good. I'll come here because it's just me. And even with that, I'll live my best life in Bombay. That should be good enough.
Absolutely.
And then I'm
we're
going to
talking
give
about
myself
those many years back, which meant a lot more than what it does today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, this is good. And then I came here and I realized, oh my God, you need a house. I didn't know people. I was exchanging BB pins and writing to people, like cold emailing people on Facebook. Saying, I am an actor, I have come, I'm a model actor. I had printed out a presentation
to get
and then
a house.
spiral bound it so that you can flip it and then you can see, you
and
know.
if I'm not wrong, that's a very hard part to get, right? Being a lady, single, actor, model, to find a house in Mumbai.
Very.
Right.
So the first person who was very gracious. So I've gone through like journeys. I've shared homes with 3 boys who I never knew.
Oh, wow.
I think 3 nights later, I was taken out of that through another friend of mine who I again met in Dubai.
Okay.
Ejaz Khan.
Okay.
So Eju was very kind to me.
Okay.
And he said, why didn't you call me? I said, because I didn't know you're my friend.
How sweet.
He said, what is wrong with you? You are my friend. I am your friend. And you're staying with 3 boys who you don't know?
Yeah.
I said, yeah, they have pardas instead of doors.
Oh, wow.
So he said, no, you need
You
a
were like,
room
let's
with
rub
a
it out to
darwaza.
next level.
So he said, I'm going to Nashik to shoot for a month.
Right.
Stay in my house.
How sweet.
And that's what Bombay does. I didn't even need to ask because I was fine making peace with what I had.
Right.
And I was okay कि भाई struggle. This
यही
is
होता
तो
है।
normal होता है ना ये करना
पर्दा
पड़ता है
लगा
because
के
हमने
struggle
कितना
feel कर
सोना
लिया।
है.
Yeah.
Because they didn't have any food in the house. They didn't have a microwave. But chai was made every 2
You were
hours.
like, this is how I'd imagined. हो रहा है मेरे साथ.
Because this is what you've heard na in various interviews.
Right.
You ate Pali ji biscuit.
Hostel में रहे.
Hostel में you know, and you're
with
not
9
able
other
to.
people in one room. You were like, यहाँ तो सिर्फ 3 है.
हाँ.
पर्दा भी है. Not bad.
Not
Easier.
bad. And everyone has the same dream.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was very foolish to think that is also
But
true.
it's cute also.
Very cute.
I like it.
I was like, wow. Then I moved to Ejaz's house and Ejaz moved like to Nashik because he was shooting. I got his entire apartment to stay comfortably even while I was still trying to find my
Accommodation.
way around. Geography.
Okay.
I have not come to Bombay. I have come to Bombay once before that.
And this was all within the first week.
Yeah,
you
like
coming?
I moved back to India as in I repatriated February 2010. And March I was like, I'm not staying in Bangalore. I am starting my life in Mumbai. How, where, we will figure this
We'll
out.
figure it
I have taken buses from Bangalore to Bombay to save money.
Wow.
So I did all of that. And I thought all of this was very stupid. Because I was like, you can't reach Bombay and then be like, oh, I'm so tired. Nobody cares about you being tired. I was like, no, nobody's interested. You know, you need to be there. You need to like meet people. And that's something that I was very comfortable with. I was ready to put myself out there. So don't be afraid to put yourself out there. Don't go out there like, okay, so my parables that have worked me. And that's why I don't look at it as a struggle because it was a period of self-discovery. Right? It was not easy. But that does not mean it was a struggle.
Right.
We cannot be that
Yeah, of course.
end of the spectrum, you know, easy hona chahiye ya struggle hai. No, it can't be like that. Learning curve naam ki cheez hoti hai. You're somewhere there.
Of course.
You know, kahin se to
I
start
think
karoge na.
resilience and adaptability, these 2 things, if you have, you can sail through. And I think as inherently Indians have it, like how comfortably we get in the luxury space of Dubai, we also when put back into this, we are like, you know, so I didn't want to interject. You continue and I'll
No,
share
say
my-
na.
So when I started to come here 8 months back, people used to scare me a lot, like Dubai friends especially. They were like, are you sure you're going to be okay? I'm like, yeah, why not? They're like, how will you manage the traffic and the roads? Till date, it's never bothered me because I take joy in the traffic jams now. I'll tell you why. Because a lot of work gets done on the phone. I make all my calls. by the time I've finished so much of work, I've reached my destination. Yes, it may be easier in the night. Who cares? It's joyride in the night. In the daytime, it's a work ride. You work around it. No, now I know there's going to be traffic. So if I'm going to
Someone needs to tell my boyfriend
and
that.
trouble every
Teach
day,
him this.
you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
how can you get affected by something that is just there? Okay, yes, ideally I wouldn't want to deal with this. But now that it is a part of our life, is that going to bother me on daily basis? No.
No.
You better embrace
And if you're
it.
going to let it bother you every day,
Then you are the fool. You are the biggest fool over
it's
here because
like,
it's never
yeah.
going to change.
it's not going to change.
Right?
It's not
So
gonna change.
I think that's one thing in common that we share is we are very, we keep our chin up and we look at the brighter side of life. And I think a lot of people need to do that, especially in your industry and mine, where every day game changes. Every collection of mine can change my next 6 months, and one bad collection can take it back also. But we do get a chance, which is a good thing.
And you know
So-
what? We're so dependent on outsiders to give us opportunity.
Right.
I think once you start looking at yourself as the currency,
Yes.
you know, like, hey, I'm the creator.
Absolutely.
I am doing this. Now you are platform agnostic.
Right.
You know, you have so many new people starting out, so many incredible stories and journeys that are personal. I feel this is the time to tell personal stories and express them so very freely. We're having platforms and they're not, you're able to create your own tribes,
Absolutely.
you know. So if you're going to constantly be like, oh, mujhe nahi mila. So that's one perspective. Koi baat nahi. I will start creating my own way. Not every way is inspired by someone else's way. Sometimes you need to just go out there and create your own way.
Because that's the way people are wanting for you to show to them. Like this is another
Surprise
route.
them also, na?
So, you know,
Surprise
talking
yourself
about
also.
that, I know a couple of people in your industry, like the actors and all of directors and many people. But I feel they carry the burden of their job title. I'm an actor. You know what I mean? Like I feel that's so strong that neither are they enjoying, neither is anybody else around them enjoying, because now they're playing the role of an actor
Yeah.
even in the normal space.
They are too serious.
How come the walk in the neck just changes so like all the time? I'm like, dard ho jayega.
I think
Behin
the
thoda aaram
beauty
kar
is-
apne neck ko. Like you can also
as
relax.
much this is recorded on camera, I'm so glad I'm having a chat with my friend.
Yeah.
Because if I was not here, probably you and I would have observed this
Yes.
from Dubai, wherever we
Yeah,
were. Because
yeah.
we are not from this industry,
Right.
right? And we really want to do this.
Listen, I get the part अभिनेत्री का role अदा करो,
पर आप
events
ऐसे
पे
देख
करो,
रहे हैं।
खड़े हो, photos दो अच्छे से. But there are times you can also be yourself, and you should be yourself. And I think that is one thing which is very admirable about you. You are not just an actor. I think you're an artist, and you know your craft, and not just acting. You do so many other things. Like I see you going for great places where there are, different people from walks of life having conversations. You recently went to Jaipur as well, right?
Yeah.
And I was so proud because you were not there just to represent your acting skills, but there was a lot of input that was also a part of that whole thing, right?
Pretty cool, yeah. I was pretty excited. I felt a sense of deep responsibility because someone who's been doing this, right? And I'm talking about Nandini and Radhika,
Right.
who's been doing it for years and years and years,
Right.
you know, and they meet new people along the way. And while they're meeting people, they're forming relationships and they're like, hey, you know what? I think it'll be interesting to know your perspective on this. That I think is a huge responsibility. And then you get to like dress up and
Yeah.
you know, spend time with,
But
you
I've
stay in a great
seen you
place.
on the stage. I've seen you hosting red carpets. I've seen you interviewing people. I've seen you being interviewed. I've seen you act. What else do you do, Kubbra? What
I've
else?
written a book.
Oh yes, you've
I
written
cook
an
biryani and have biryani
amazing book.
parties.
Let's talk about both. I want to talk about food later, but first let's talk about the book. So how did that happen?
So, I don't know where the germ of the idea really, like,
I'm very
it took
interested.
birth. I don't know.
You know,
but I think
I actually see you write more. I don't know why,
Yeah,
because
I
the way
will.
you talk, I feel there's so much for others to learn from as well.
Yeah. No, actually, you know, when I wrote this book, I felt I was just, when I was like broaching the subjects of like the chapters that we wrote in, I realized, oh my God, I am not a single, you know,
Dimensional
focus,
person,
or you know, single dimension person. I don't look at a situation like, oh, this is good, this is bad. So I was willing to take responsibility for a lot of the things that occurred in my life. And I'm not saying by assuming responsibility, you're saying what wrong happened to you is right. By taking responsibility for you're being that kind and forgiving to the situation itself. You know, saying that the thing constant there was time. If those were the cards that were perhaps dealt to you in that situation, the frame of mind that you were in, the kind of external, like, if those were to happen to me today, I won't repeat that. But when they happen to me for the first time, you can't be glad. But I'm glad to be the person I am today.
Because you learned something out of
100%. I never held myself in a place where I would be hard on myself. I'm sure I've been hard on myself, but at some point you need to stop. I just stopped being hard on myself. And you're hoping that someone somewhere will come and save you. I think once you start saving yourself, what do I mean by saving yourself? Keep your eyes open. Na?
Yeah. And you find the strength within yourself to deal with it. Yeah.
You will.
Absolutely.
And I think I found strength through these different like journeys. When the book happened, I was able to deal with a lot of relationships, a lot of situations, a lot of different perspectives about the way I perceived love, about the way I perceived work. And then I was like, why am I taking myself so seriously? You know, oh, you need to be a certain way because you need to be this. Oh, you need to be, you know, more calm, demure, composed because it scares people off.
Did that process like entangle a lot of
Oh my God, I became even more free.
Wow.
And then I put my bag down and I left it there and I said, Arey, come, contents, you know, now it's yours. Maine to nikal diya.
Correct.
Now what happened when I put my story out there is that when people started reading it, they didn't feel alone and neither did I. Because I realized that we don't have living examples who are like we don't have women who are writing books.
Right.
Or telling their stories in a way of whatever that expression may be. I see a lot of it happening on, you know, Instagram these days. And it's so good to be in a place to share, right? But I'm just saying that when you start sharing your stories, you realize, Arey, I was never alone in this.
Right.
There are so many people, boys, girls, men, women.
Colleagues,
like queer community.
Right.
Like you pick anybody,
Right.
you know.
Right.
Just take anyone.
Right.
And they have been affected by a situation just as challenging or otherwise.
Yeah, I feel in our lifetime, everyone has to go through everything. It may be different experiences. Maybe somebody has had a different level of experience, hurt, happiness. But everyone goes through similar emotions in some way or the other, be it fear, be it losing, be it gaining. So talk about winning and losing. Where do you feel in life in general, it's your answer, not my take, that you feel you learn more from, winning or losing?
So you can learn from both.
Okay.
Like there was such a...
I'm asking you because since yesterday I'm trying to have this answer for myself.
No, I think it's a bit of both. If you don't celebrate the smallest win that you have, you will be never ever happy. And if you're being too hard on yourself, every time you lost, then you're never going to grow.
Absolutely.
Right? Because life gives you a chance and tests you by giving you both.
Have you ever felt, because you've also won a couple of beautiful things in life, that with each win you learn, you celebrate, but you also lose something? I've experienced that, and we can have this conversation maybe off the camera sometimes.
No, I like.
Because I have always felt with each thing that I wanted, when I've got it,
Yeah.
there is a sacrifice that I wasn't prepared to make, but it immediately comes with that little 20% loss of certain part of my life. And I'm like, oh, as happy as I am for this, but I'm also going to struggle with this 20%, which is now shifted. It's not the same because we're only focusing on that thing that I want this and I get it. And sometimes, you're happy with that. But there's this little spot which you're like, oh my God, didn't think about that going away.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Why does the butterfly not look like the caterpillar?
Because it's grown.
Imagine how uncomfortable that entire process is. And every time the caterpillar is growing out, it is losing that 20%.
Yeah.
Right? And it cannot be easy. And I'm not even saying that the caterpillar realizes that, oh my God, I'm becoming a butterfly.
Yeah.
Sometimes you just die.
Yeah.
You just die.
You just do.
Right?
Yeah. No, but what I'm saying
But
is
when
that we
you
don't
become
prepare
that
ourselves for it.
butterfly,
Yeah.
then you can't look back at every step along the way and say, I lost that. I left that behind. No, I made space for new. Right? I occupied more space that's authentically mine. And I did this.
You know why I'm having this conversation? Because as easy as you have processed it, a lot of us, a lot of other people also might be in my shoes where they feel very grateful, they're very, very happy, they feel very blessed, but they also miss that little 20% which you just very beautifully explained about the caterpillar and the butterfly. But I feel like these conversations are important.
Very.
Because nobody conditions you for anything,
No.
right?
Nobody's conditioned you for winning. Nobody's conditioned you for losing.
Now that you have spoken about this example, I have taken it, and next time I'm suffering or struggling in that little 20% zone, I'll be like, remember what Kubbra had spoken about that day?
Yeah.
So hopefully more people get there,
I really hope, because it's true. We think that when something terrible befalls us, it's the end of it.
Right.
And you know how I keep my chin up through situations like this? Because I'm not a person who's not sensitive to things around me. I cannot be in the profession that I am in without giving credit to the fact that I need to live and experience everything in equal measure. I would never be able to do this. And I credit the fact that I'm so excited and alive around just life, right? But the way I would keep my chin up is when, for example, I hear stories. There are really terrible stories out there in the world, right? Which just break your heart. But then out of nowhere, there'll be a glimmer. A glimmer of how a building fell and through the rubble, they found a 5-month-old alive.
Yeah.
Isn't that just resilience? Who prepared that 5-month-old to stay alive under the rubble? We all come with our destiny. And sometimes we're trying to chase our destiny and arrive at destination earlier. Or we're just unhappy about how long it took us because we didn't enjoy the traffic.
Yeah.
Yeah. And both of it is going to happen. Like, I remember meeting someone who was one of the first people I wrote an email to. In Bombay.
Mumbai.
And I said, you are casting for a film. I'm an actor. I'm moving to Bombay. No house. Bombay. Please audition me for this.
Okay.
Or whatever, right? And this person was very kind, extremely generous.
To reply.
He replied, he got me, and he got me into the office, he met me and he said, sorry, not fit.
Okay.
Okay, because they really needed someone who was extremely, I was eating a lot of shawarma. I was not necessarily hot, right? Visually, whatever that means.
I don't remember ever that you
I'm
were
saying,
not
just
hot.
you know what I mean?
Right.
There is one certain, physical thing that,
Okay.
see, I didn't fit into that, let's be honest, all right?
Of course you can.
Now I can. Then I couldn't. Okay. But I'm saying that I never let it bother me. But this guy said, sorry, not a fit, right?
With the reason.
Yeah, whatever. Like, you're not fit, we're looking for a younger girl. This and makes sense. I'm a 27-year-old who's come and just sent an email कि lead actor बनना है. ठीक है? कितना इतना delusion, not bad. But I think the delusion will win. Delulu always wins.
Yeah.
I really think it wins.
Delulu is the Sululu.
Delulu is Sululu. I think they're winning. Okay.
I love it.
I like it. They're winning. I am Delulu sometimes.
Yeah.
And I like it.
Yeah.
So that person eventually stopped working for the production company, started a store with ensemble,
Okay.
right? And he changed gears entirely. So when I was anchoring and then Sacred Games, I think had happened, I went back to his store. And this guy just stood there saying, oh my God, oof, look at your journey. Look how far you've come. To which I very casually said, dude, it's taken me 6 years, man, to get here.
My overnight success happened in 6 years.
6 years. And you know what he said? Don't take your 6 years so lightly. People have been trying to do this for 25 years and they haven't moved the needle.
Right.
So don't take your 6 years very lightly. Celebrate these 6 years. Be in awe of what you've done. Because no one else is going to come and cheer you, boss.
Yeah.
So cheer your 6 years. And I was like, yeah, that is true.
So before you came into this whole business in such a big way, eventually, which happened with, you were doing great work, but I think Sacred Games really put you onto that map. It was a testing time for your, maybe for yourself, but for others to see you in that particular character.
Yeah.
Was there any crazy prep that you did? How did you get there?
So you don't prep when you're working with Nawaz. You definitely don't prep when you're working with Anurag. Because Anurag gives you the scene before you go to shoot.
Oh.
Yeah. So he would give me an iPad and say, you stop talking to me.
Oh, wow.
I am writing your dialogues.
Okay.
Go. So he would give me an iPad and send me away and make me watch Spanish films. See, that's what it does to you, I guess, when you work with a creator and a maker like that, right? It just opens, and it's got nothing to do with what I was doing in the scene. I was also a very last minute casting.
Oh.
People were being auditioned by Mukesh Chhabra casting company for very many months.
Wow.
Right. And then one day I get a phone call from Mukesh sir's company and they say, come and do this audition. I did it. I didn't know what I had done.
You knew what you were going for?
Yeah, they said, you know, it's a character, it's transgender, there could be frontal nudity, but I didn't register any of that. I went as stereotypically bad as I could stereotypically be because I had no exposure to, you know, what my character entailed. So, I did a very bad audition. And you know when you've done a bad audition. I came back home and I said, ye nahi hone wala hai. Very bad. Surprisingly, about 3 days, 4 days later, I got another text message. Can you come back and audition again? And we'll give you like lines and this and that. And I'm not kidding you. I remember like the sequence like it was yesterday, 24th of November, I've gone for the audition. At 3 p.m., 7 p.m. I've gone back to do dance, which was the worst audition ever. I can't dance. I'm very bad.
Okay.
26th, they called me back for a dance thingy. 27th, they did my look test. 30th, I went and shot my first day.
Oh, wow. It's all in a span of
1 week.
1 week.
1 week. And
Did you
literally,
sleep in,
I didn't know that it's going to...
Did you sleep in the middle of these days?
Yeah, I slept well.
You did?
Yeah.
And did you know...
Because Anurag Kashyap called me and said, oh, tell me, what have you done before? And I said, what? You've not seen it going viral? It's on Amazon Prime.
Right.
Please go watch it,
Right.
Anurag. And then I got to know I'm speaking to Kashyap.
Ah.
Oh, too late. Cannot call him sir anymore. Now
maybe
you're
that
Anurag.
conversation was perfect because that character needed that kind of behavior too.
No, but he gave me so much thrust. He was like, you know, you're not right.
And did
but
you
we're thinking
know,
about you.
Like you didn't know about Anurag, that he's Anurag the Kashyap.
Because I had not watched Vasim.
But did you know that there's going to be Saif Ali Khan and there's going to be
Nawazuddin? This is manifestation, Avi. This is manifestation. I swear. And I know I sound like really when I say this, but the press release, the first ever press release for Sacred was out. I am nowhere close to being a part of this project at this point. But I've seen that entire conference
That it's
that
about
took
to
place,
happen.
that we are doing this show. And I've said to myself, what if I could be? And I swear I didn't think of it long after the show happened. Like even when I got the show,
So
I could not
say it on the
connect.
show, like I imagine myself to be at Harrods in London. Okay.
Done.
I like
said
that.
it
Done.
first.
It said it first.
Done.
Right.
Yeah.
So I believe in that.
I said it. And then I was there.
It's insane.
Then I was on Emmys International red carpet. Kya bol rahe ho, bhai?
Come on.
Come on.
Like seriously. I know those are the moments you're like, Abhi,
Yeah.
I'm
then
done.
you tell me, are you learning from winning or are you learning from losing?
Yeah.
You know, it took me
So
a
you have to
lot.
focus obviously on the positives always. Yeah. But saying that, was he difficult to work with? Was he easy? Was he
Anurag
nurturing?
Kashyap.
Yeah.
I am more difficult than Anurag.
Like I hear about Sanjay Leela Bhansali sir, that he's very
Yeah.
difficult to work with.
Yeah. They always say, wish very wisely or speak wisely. I think it will be a very different school of learning, performance, if I were to work with Sanjay Leela Bhansali. But it's so different to work with Anurag Kashyap and Vikramaditya Motwani. It is so different to work with a Navdeep Singh. It's so different to work with a director who is probably there saying their story for the first time.
Right.
So it's all so different. And the beauty is today I'm able to just envelop myself in those experiences. You know?
And enjoy each one.
I'm enjoying. Like, I'm not saying every experience is like, wow, amazing. Like, I worked on a film recently where I really did not enjoy the experience. But when I'm out of it, can I look back? Because learnings only happen in hindsight.
Right.
Whoever said you're learning while it's happening is lying.
Right.
Only in retrospect. हाँ, ये मैंने सीखा. ये बाद में होता है. So I feel like whatever you're exposed to in terms of learning and in terms of a new experience, lap it up.
Right.
Like I didn't care that I had 4 minutes in which I shot over 45 days when I did Ready for the first time. I remember when Ready happened and they had the premiere of the film in Dubai.
In Dubai. It became such a news.
I bought my own ticket. I came there for the premiere. I wasn't sitting with like SK or the rest of the team, but I invited all my friends.
And I'm sure everyone was there. And we all were so happy.
Right? And I was playing a maid.
Yeah.
But that was my first thing that I did after moving from Bombay. And I from Dubai. And I remember, so now you're going to play maid only or what?
Why not? And good thing is that you celebrated even in the moment.
Even then.
And
I was
you
like,
never
dude,
looked
I'm
down.
hot maid.
And it's a role at the end. What are actors meant to do? Play all types of roles.
Yeah.
You could be making chai, you could be serving chai, but who cares? How good you serve is what matters, right?
Yeah, man.
I always tell people, like, it's something very common. I'm pretty sure that whatever you and I go through in life, we will do it 100%. And I feel when you put your 100% in, the world has to like it. And if you have put in your 100% and you haven't excelled, that means that you haven't actually. Because if you had, you would have never seen the failure. And I think a lot of people in this industry, when they are coming here, they're coming for the wrong reasons as well. They're coming for fame. They're coming for
I came for fame, yeah.
But you also knew that you're going to put in your 100%, right?
Without a doubt.
Right.
See, I always said I want to be famous, but I never left it there.
Right.
I said I want to be famous for the work that I do. Always.
For the work
completed.
that I'll do.
I always completed
Absolutely.
that. I
So-
always completed that because in Dubai, I was famous. But for what? Because I was wearing good clothes and meeting wonderful people in a certain circle, in a certain circuit. Yes. But it wasn't for my work.
Right.
But when you come to Mumbai, you realize that, oh my God, fame is miles away.
Right.
Because unfortunately, we don't tell ourselves the difference between popularity and fame. Most people mistake popularity to be fame,
Right.
which is a trap in itself.
Right.
Like, I think now I understand that maybe I'm a little famous because I'm finding people out of nowhere who come and
How
say,
do you
oh
feel
my
now when you're
God.
at the airport or somewhere and somebody comes with a camera and they're like, ma'am, selfie please?
Like, I met this girl a few days ago who said, I saw your video 13 years ago where you spoke about periods and you had this line saying, मैंने तुम्हें 12 साल की उम्र से खून दिया है लेकिन आज तक मुझे आज़ादी नहीं मिली है. That was the line. I have forgotten. Because I said it stayed in her mind. This is not something that she watched before coming to the party to tell me, na?
Right. It's actually stayed.
It's actually stayed with her.
And it meant something.
And when people come and blow your socks off like that, and then you realize, oh my God, I did that without thinking, but it impacted somebody.
Right.
I think that's a pretty larger than life feeling.
Right.
For me. And I am so awed by it every time. I am awed by it.
Right.
I love it.
Yeah.
It's so, because it takes a lot of courage. You and I both know that. To walk up to someone and say, you know what? You impacted my life in a way I never imagined you would. And you have stayed here.
Yeah.
It takes a lot to walk up to someone and say that.
Yeah.
And I know you said it.
Yeah.
You worked with so many wonderful people, right? And every time you work with them, you've taken something.
Of course.
Right?
Of course.
In terms of however it would impact your life.
Yeah,
right?
absolutely.
And it takes that level of vulnerability to say, hey, I would like this moment to absorb.
Absolutely.
So how many times does one do that? It's really up to us.
Yeah, yeah. You have stayed alone most of your grown-up life, I would imagine.
Yeah.
Are you with someone now?
Yeah.
Are you? Official?
From the
word go?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think that's what good
I've not
relationships
met him.
are. Not yet. So that's my thing again, right? Like, I think everybody has an idea or a description of when a relationship is official, when a relationship is comprising of real love. Has it been long enough?
Situationship or relationship?
I think Akash really likes the word situationship. So,
His name is Akash?
Yeah.
Yay! Do you call him Sky? Do you? Oh my God, how do I know you?
No, also...
Without you even telling me, I'm like, Kubbra would always have another name for a person.
Hey! No. I think I call him other names also. Strange person. But really nice, wonderful person. And I think...
She's your woman.
And the beauty is that when I met him, never for once I felt I needed to play to be any different. And he stood his ground to be exactly who he is.
Wow.
So I remember I used to previously ask people, am I too much for you? But in this situationship, I never had to ask him if I was too much for him, because he just seemed to like blow my socks off with all these random questions, curiosity, interest.
What does he do?
Kindness. Doesn't do anything.
Okay.
Yeah.
You. That's a beautiful thing to play. Yeah.
He's probably like, no, he's a good man. He's not from our industry.
Okay. You answered it so quickly because that's what I wanted to know. Is he an actor?
No.
Industry?
How many Akashes do we know in our industry?
I have a very, very dear friend.
Akash Oberoi?
No.
No, that's Akshay Oberoi.
No, there's a model that I work with a lot. He's a very dear friend as well.
Oh, really?
Akash Jaiswal. He's one of the leading models in India, yeah.
Is he young?
You're dating someone. And
if he was young, he doesn't make the cut.
He's young. He also,
my Akash is old, boss. Old. I'm dating old man.
He has a beautiful girlfriend as well. They're very happy, just as you are.
Very nice. Two people, very happy.
No,
it's very nice. I think I've met someone who I can be goofy with. He doesn't give me unnecessary flutters. He has it in him to understand my crazy sense of humor while I understand his. And he manages to shock me, which very few people do. I'm usually saying the inappropriate things and shocking people. Surprising me. So I like that. And I think it's good.
You know, you like how do I say? There's so many. I want to peel you one after the other, so much like an orange. Like you're wearing an orange skirt. That's the easiest example to have right now. But what's the day like in the life of a Kubbra Sait?
So there are days that I'm working and there are days that I'm not working.
Are we counting this as a working day?
This is a working day.
Oh, you're meeting a friend. I know there's a
Cameras and all. It's a working day. Please, I wore makeup. It's
Listen,
a working day. मैंने कपड़े पहने. It's a working day.
Okay, makeup like it's a working day. Okay. Work with pleasure.
Oh yeah, I like. So usually, so there's a working day and a non-working day. I am someone who always follows my calendar, even if it is us meeting for a drink or us meeting for a coffee.
Right.
It's always in my calendar. So if it's an engagement, personal or professional, it's always in my calendar. But I wake up, I have my 3-4 waters, boss.
Okay.
So I have lemon water, I have Ajwain Zira water.
Okay.
I have regular water.
Very good.
And then I have my immunity medicine. That's one
part.
Everything
happens in the morning.
Yeah, 7:30 in the morning is when my alarm goes off.
Every morning.
Every morning.
But obviously it changes to the city that you're in, right? Let's say you're in Scotland, then it might be, or it will become eventually 7:30.
7:30. Yeah, 7:30 of Scotland.
Okay.
7:30 of Scotland. Because you need to get back, do work, blah, blah, blah. Like in Scotland when we were shooting, every day was like 6:30 a.m. Yeah, every day was 6:30 a.m.
Wow.
So I like routine.
Okay. So 7:30 wake up, have your 4 types of water.
Yeah. Then I
schedule.
This, that. Also, I start my day with meditation, even if it's just lying in bed. So my first 20 minutes happen with that. So my 20 minutes go with it. Then the water. Then I have to really struggle with the idea of brushing my teeth, which I don't like. That's like a big discussion, even now. Then I'll brush my teeth.
करना तो पड़ता है.
Yeah, man. Then I'll go to the gym.
और इतने अच्छे दांत हैं हमारे.
So then I go to the gym.
Yeah.
Or to yoga, either or. Once I'm back is when I start my day. So if I'm doing nothing that day, if it's not a work day, I will watch TV. I'll call people I love and say, I've missed you. I'll just chill, play with my cats, eat my lunch. And somehow even my non-working days become productive days because I'm meeting someone, catching up, blah, blah, blah. So I'll keep myself.
You're unable to do otherwise.
Yeah. So I will actually focus on getting that.
Do you like watching movies?
I love.
Do you like watching them in cinema or home?
Both. Both. Like now that cinemas are back again, I feel like there's like such less distraction when you're in a cinema hall. Also these days cinema halls like jam your signal. So you're not distracted.
Do?
Yeah.
Oh, lovely. Where?
I like
in
it.
Mumbai?
Yeah, PVR, there's that every day. Inox recently.
Wow. It's a bit
they jam your signal. I like.
I know.
Can you not take 3 hours for entertainment? Then why are you going to entertain yourself?
What if there's an emergency?
What? Then don't go for the movie. What emergency?
Arey,
I'll tell you what. Like, I'll tell you what. This thing that nobody can wait for us.
Fine. I think there should be a fine if you are.
Please, we are the most comfortable with fines. Please. Like, just take it and go.
$200
it's got premium charges. Take it. Like, don't inconvenience.
Okay, they should have a different layer. One, you choose like smoking, non-smoking. No phone zone, phone zone. I think they have to be.
I think you should go for a film without.
This is going in another debate right now. I love it.
You're not going. No.
We will
and
continue.
You know who told me that?
Yeah.
This wonderful actor and a writer called Manoj Chanda. I have got slapped on my hand while I went to watch Phas Gaye Obama with him.
Okay.
A long time ago. Phas Gaye Obama is a very old film.
Okay.
But I remember Manoj sir just hit me on my hand. And he said, and these are people who have worked in the film. अब तुम उनके बाजू में बैठ के ऐसा phone check कर, of course.
Very bad.
Now you know.
Yeah, but
then you learn it the hard way.
Now I have to suffer.
Now you know. So then you need to get one whack and then you'll be like, no, it's not correct.
Listen, my stomach is growling. Have you eaten lunch?
No, I haven't.
Okay. You want me to take you for lunch after?
Yes.
Are you working after this?
Yes.
Okay.
I have a team meeting. I have a team meeting.
So, like I said, peeling and peeling. You act, I know. You wake up what time, I know. How you plan your days, I know.
And then if it's a work day, then I'll
But-
wake up like 1 hour before my call time.
Okay.
Like I minus travel time, so wake up 1 hour before that. I'll do the same thing, but like in a compressed version.
Got it.
Not too fast, but then that morning stuff will happen. I try to read my namaz before I get out of the house.
Okay.
Like as soon as I shower, I try to read my namaz. So I have my connection.
Lovely. You miss your cats when you're traveling.
Yeah, I do like video calls with them.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Talk to them. Ooh.
Hi, Baba. How are you? My son, my lion.
How many cats do you have?
2.
2.
And then they're like, meow, meow. And then they're like in front
You
of
know,
the
I
video.
can never come to your house.
Why, you allergic to
I'm
cats?
allergic to cats.
Good luck with that.
And also scared. Very. Like, to me, I'm not scared of snakes, but I'm scared of cats. So I'm going to go for a therapy for sure. We have a friend in Dubai, Preeti Malik.
Yeah.
So she went through a therapy and now she's perfectly fine.
Did she go through hypnotherapy?
Yes. So she suggested
works.
me, because I have this phobia of cats and dogs, because as a child I was attacked by both. So
I get attacked by my cat even
I
today.
know, but now you
My cat attacks me everywhere.
right.
Yeah,
I can imagine.
he actually
So I have
slaps
friends
me.
who have like full scratch
Yeah.
hands.
Yeah, me too. I will have scratches everywhere.
Wow.
Now I don't have.
Coming to the cats, if you were to choose ever to travel along with them, would you take them to work also, or would you leave them always? Like, you work is work, home is
Distance
home.
makes the heart fond.
Acha.
Let them be. I'll travel.
They say they don't really show love. Do your cats show
My
love?
babies are the first one at the door.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So they
When
are-
I'm opening the door,
They are.
my babies come running.
And biryani, do they eat biryani?
No, they don't eat biryani, but I have a lot of cats,
Yeah.
hungry cats in Mumbai.
In
And you know, that's
life.
what I feel like I've created for myself in the city that was once a stranger to me.
There's now a friend.
I have so many friends.
Wow.
And then I have these biryani parties, which I'm really grateful
Wow.
and happy to host, where I cook biryani and I call people over.
I'll take anti-allergy and come.
Come. And people love. And you know, it overwhelms me with the number of people who come and the number of people who meet me in other social settings and go like, yaar, biryani pe nahi bulaya.
Wow. Like, I've already self-invited. I'll take an anti-allergy and come. Got it.
So this feels very special to me because I'm
Nice.
like, what? Now you're a fabric of the city.
Yeah.
Okay, now there's like a biryani, there's a kubra and there's like a, हाँ यार यहाँ पे तो जाना चाहिए यार.
Right.
You know, ये तो एक मतलब कुछ करते हैं यार, मजा
Right.
आता है यार.
Love it.
So I really like that. I don't think we ever take too many photos of our biryanis. We just eat and everybody eats quietly.
You also block the phones.
I also block. Nobody takes photos. I love
Actually, I always believe if you're in the moment,
Yeah.
and you're enjoying, how would you even remember? I've had the best night outs where there's no footprint, no pictures, nothing.
Yeah.
But saying that, I can't deny the fact that I also do like to take pictures.
Yeah.
I mean, I do. I can't deny I do like to keep things, all around.
I'm okay.
Yeah. But when I'm around, we'll always have a picture, no?
Thank God.
always
I
say,
like.
Kubra, let's take a picture.
I like.
We have some of the
I
best
love the
pictures.
fact that I have friends
Yeah.
who'll take photos.
Yeah. And we have very good pictures.
And I
together.
still have some, I don't know, 2 lakh photos. I don't know what these photos are.
Amazing. Mostly of biryani and cats.
Listen, I have this friend, okay, who like take amazing photos of food.
Yeah.
And no matter what photo I take, with what lighting,
It would never beat that.
it looks like instant food, yeah. Like so bad. I'm the worst photographer, so I don't
Okay,
think that.
before we wrap up this beautiful conversation, which I don't want to, but I guess we all have to move ahead with food and
How
everything
long
else.
has it been?
Almost an hour. Yeah, but didn't feel like, because this is what happens when you chat with your friends. Time just flies. I want to close this by not only thanking you, but also lastly asking you what's coming next. What are we expecting?
So in terms of my career,
Yeah.
I've had a pretty busy, productive year. So I just did a film. Can I just say it? Like,
Just
it's
say it.
everywhere anyway.
Yeah.
But I'm really excited. I am playing a part in Son of Sardar 2.
Oh, wow.
Guys, like, it's everywhere. Please. Like,
Son of Sardar 2.
like I am stoked. I am
Wow.
chuffed.
That's
I am
so-
like, what are you saying?
Yeah.
Like, this film was like
Amazing.
$1 billion film.
Of
Like, when it came out,
course.
it's that much money.
Amazing. I'm
Like,
so
this film is a
excited.
blockbuster, and it's being like the franchisee of it,
Right.
like a season
Yeah, it's a
2
huge franchise to
of
be
it
part of.
is coming out after 12 years.
Wow.
Got to work with Ajay Devgan, with Sanjay
Oh my
Mishra,
God.
with Ravi Kishan. Mrunal Thakur is
Wow.
my colleague
Oh.
and my co-actor in this, and such a trooper. Deepak Dobriyal.
Wow.
We are like,
It's a
Mukul
great-
Dev is in
What a
it.
mix.
Vindu Dara Singh in it. We have
Wow.
this lovely girl called Roshni Walia. We got such amazing people, right?
Awesome. Beautiful.
And we were all away for like so many days. And then
Was this the one you were shooting in Scotland?
Scotland, yeah.
Ah.
And then now, as we speak, when I come back, I go into shooting season 2 of Trial
Oh, wow.
as well. So I've had a year with the Devgans. I think I should be a part of their.
And you know what? There's
like
not a
PF or
single
something.
movie of Ajay Devgan and Akshay Kumar that I would ever miss. I feel these two are like the epitome of
I cannot
acting.
wait for you to watch this film. I think
Yeah.
next year it'll come on. Be fun.
I can't
I'm
wait
very
to watch
excited.
it.
And I have some serious stuff
I wish
also.
to see you more and more and more doing lots of these amazing movies and keep manifesting, because I feel you do and you get it, and so do I. So
Yeah,
let's keep
we
manifesting, guys. It's
do.
so
We do.
important. It's what you put out in the universe is what comes back.
And it's also what you believe.
Yeah.
You know, it's
Yeah.
not like, I think when they say realistic, what they're saying is like, believe in yourself in real time.
ख्वाहिश नहीं, जरूरत बना लो
Like,
कि मुझे चाहिए, ये
but
करना
not
है.
from a sense of lack. Like
Yeah.
from a sense of कि यार,
Hmm.
imagine यार मेरे पास वो होगा तो मैं कैसे होगा,
Correct.
right?
Yeah.
और वो मैं है.
है और होगा. That's it.
Yeah, like I will be happy in the future given circumstance is not the way to be happy.
Yeah.
You are happy.
Yeah.
You are content.
Absolutely.
You are looking at yourself from a way which is larger than life. And I'm telling you this is such, hoax when they say, oh my God, like manifestation is for, the privileged. No, my friend,
No.
it is only a way of life. People have been manifesting in different ways, irrespective of their economic, or instead of, where they are on the economic
Yes.
scale. Why is it do we say that you see the most joy in a child who has nothing to play with, right? And I'm not saying that economy is not going to help that child realize those dreams and make those dreams even more alive and even more joyful, But I'm saying even without anything, you can be happy. And that is what actually tests you.
Yeah.
Okay, I give you, I don't give you, I leave, I don't have. Who are you in the middle of all of this?
Right.
Do you fluctuate basis on what you receive and what you don't? That tests how poor you are.
And I think that is actually the currency that you should hold on to.
Who you are. And
Who
my
you
mom
are.
says this to me,
Yeah.
and I know I went through such a rough time in the last 2 years. And finally, all ended up down like in a massive meltdown. But I remember through that meltdown, the only thing that my mom asked me was, Kubbra, you can't forget who you are. You need to ask yourself, who are you? Are you being true to who that person is? Whatever that value system that you believe in. And I'm like, no, I'm not aligning with that anymore. Then how will you get results? Because you're fighting someone you know. Also, we give ourselves too much credit. Yeah. Oh, I'm such a good person. Why is happening to me? So there's so many good people in the world.
Yeah, absolutely. And why not?
Yeah,
It
but
should
good
happen.
does not mean I am disposable.
Yeah. In fact, those are times when it's tested also, no? So let me also see that now that you don't have it, how well are you going to rise above this water? On that note,
I love you.
You and me can go on and on and on.
I love you.
But
I love you.
have
I
to
love you.
say one thing, that there's so much more that I learned today. We may have to repeat this again. Because honestly, there's still so much more.
We'll
but
just
I know
sit
we
together.
are...
I promise I'll
we-
put my cats away. Just come home.
I will, for biryani.
No, just
Guys.
come home and
No,
chill.
also
with-
biryani. Don't say no to biryani. Biryani is a very big plus for me.
Are you vegetarian?
No.
Are, you're welcome. Arey,
Promise on
you're
camera,
welcome,
I'm
you're welcome.
going.
Yeah, vegetarians are not even invited.
So thank you so much, my love. Thank you so
I
much
love
for
you.
being here. You were my first ever. Your hands are very cold, by the way.
AC.
Too cold. You were my first ever female guest on my podcast, which
so
is called
delighted.
Celebrity Spotlight. Celebrity Spotlight with Varoin Marwah in conversation with Kubbra Sait. Thank you so very much. Wishing you all the best
I love you.
for a beautiful, beautiful journey ahead. And I love you so much. And
Thank
keep inspiring the world.
I love you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. That was beautiful. Thank you, guys.
That was so good.
You
yeah.
can all breathe and move now. Poor guys, I'm all like.
Thank you for listening to Celebrity Spotlight with Varoin Marwah. See you next time.